So I've done like 400 some videos on YouTube and I never could figure out how to start a vlog. So, hey, what's up? Today, we are doing a very rare thing. Zach and I are going to be doing a vlog. And what are we going to be vlogging today, Zach?
Today, we are going to the racetrack.
That is right. So we have the G80 M3, the Isle of Man 2022 X Drive. And what we've been dying to launch it on an actual racetrack because, you know, we've been doing some draggy runs here and there, but I don't know. I just really like the real deal. So we're going to take that, but that is not all. We are going to be taking Zach and his G20 330, but he's stock right now. We can't let friends drive stock. So we're going to be flashing it with stage 1 boot mode. My dad is actually going to come. He's never been on a racetrack in his life. So this is going to be really fun. So he gets to drive the little scene N26 328, and I can't let my dad drive stock. So we're going to get a boot mode license for him, and we're going to flash that car. Now, because I can only drive one car, we're not driving the blue one here, which we need to update you on. John actually said that I could drive his car at the track. He's got 819 to the wheels, but I would rather, if I'm gonna break a car, I'd rather break one of my own than one of my friends. So we're not gonna be doing that. So what we need to do now, we're gonna go jump in the G80 and we need to head over to the warehouse to get a couple things and just check on the guys, make sure everything is good over there. Last we saw, Gary was upgrading Chris's spark plugs in his F30 340. The thing is an absolute monster after Carrie tuned it. Last time Chris and I tried launch control, all 3 times we tried it, we lost traction and spun all 4 tires. So we actually took the Apex wheels with the slicks off of my car so that we could put them on Chris's car with some hope that he's going to hook tonight and run some really good numbers. Now, I do have to say I feel a little bit guilty that this car is not coming with us tonight, nor is the X7, but the Green Machine is hoping to get some really good stock times. So I think with the all-wheel drive on draggy, we did 11.44 and 11.49. So I'm really hoping that we can do even better, especially since I'll be by myself and I won't have Zach in the car. Have anything to say, Zach?
I'm just really excited for boot mode, not gonna lie.
How long has your car been stock for?
2 months.
2 months? That's 2 months too long. I wish there was a tune for this car.
I was waiting for the video. This is the one.
So a lot of times what happens is we have mods. We may have mods for the red car that we've had for 2 years. For the blue car, we have some that are going on like 3 years because we try to film everything for you guys, which kind of slows us down on what we want to do. So hey, we're not complaining though. I mean, we're just gonna flash it and then we'll make a video a later day. Yeah. But you get some sneak peeks at what a G20 330 can do with the boot mode stage 1 flash tune. Now, Zach does have a little issue with his car right now with DSC. He does not want to disable, which means he can't use launch control. So he's at a slight disadvantage, but I think the additional power is going to help him. But yeah, he can't turn traction control even partially off. So that's definitely going to hinder times a little bit, but I think you're still going to do good.
Oh, yeah.
Because boot mode is amazing. There's our old shop. That's where it all started. Well, before that, it was out of my old apartment. And then it went there. And then we have a place up here, our current warehouse. We don't really talk about the warehouse. We have a warehouse, if you didn't know. It's like 3,600 square feet. So we're looking for a bigger one because we're kind of maxing out this one. And then we have the studio, which is about 2,400 square feet. So it's nice because we have a little separation. So there's not like tape guns and all, and, you know, shipping and receiving and all that kind of stuff. There's just a lot of movement over there. So we just try to, you know, film in a dedicated location where it just really keeps the noise down. All right, we're over here at the shop. Let's see what's going on. How you making out, Gary?
Doing all right.
Awesome, man. It's gonna be good. Gary is our tech / customer service / street racer. All right, so here's a little sneak peek at the shop. We never, ever show it. So this is where we have just stuff that, this is more like a staging area. Sometimes it's like quality defects and that kind of stuff. Everything that comes in, we do our own packaging and all. So we have a quality control team and all of that. So we have a lot of boxes and whatnot. And then over this way, if you're not sick yet, this is where Chris, Blaze, Josh, and normally Gary are. So they're over here at the mega desk. which is awesome. And then everybody got these cool monitors, right, Chris? Great. Now we got a copyright strike. But then down here we have Doom and Gloom. That's where we have just used car parts. We have like 20 bumpers, all kinds of stuff. And then in here is our main warehouse area. So we've got everything from Apex wheels. We've got kidney grills galore. We have Dorch products we stock. We have Turbo Smart. A lot of FTP, MST. This is all carbon. We've got everything from F30. We've got F80. We have E90, whole bunch of different stuff. Over here, this is kind of light. We're transitioning some of our MST inventory to the other side. Then over here, we have all kinds of start-stop buttons. We've got crank seal guards. We have ENET adapters. We have ENET cables, phone mounts, all that kind of stuff. And we have Rick. We got a shipment in today. This is going to be really cool. Can't wait to show you what is in that box. But as you can see, we got more MST products. My intake just came in for the G80, which we're really excited about. Are you excited about my intake?
I am, very.
Rick is super excited about our intake. And then on our brief tour, we have spoilers for days over there and over there. Rick's assembling some of the MST products. And then over here, we've got AWE exhausts, more carbon, GTS taillights, KIES charge pipes, which will be on the website very soon. We've got Depo, we have some Bilstein, H&R, KW. I'm not sure when this turned into a shop tour, but, and then we have a ton of different MST intakes on the shelf ready to rock. Everything from G20, this is F30, 335. We have some Mercedes parts and much, much more. And then in the back, since we've already showed you most of the building, we just have even more carbon. So even F36 stuff, we have G30 stuff, we have M5 stuff, just a whole bunch of different parts. Now up here, you'll see a bumper. We have actually another warehouse in a different location where we just do bumpers and then other select large carbon items. When you start getting into importing, you have to figure out where it's the most economical to get products in. So we have that in another warehouse. So maybe we'll show you that another day, but it's too far to get to today. All right, so while we were looking around, we realized that my MST intake came for the G80. So I'm gonna throw this in the trunk. Not sure if I want to put it on yet. I mean, here's the thing, I really want to put it on, but I don't know how important it is for me to get some like stock runs to say, hey, we started here and we ended here. But I mean, intakes are more for sound these days, I feel. I mean, you could definitely get a couple horsepower, so maybe we'll just throw it on. So Chris is going to be running the slicks. He has the variant wheels, but with these Toyo all-season tires, he just can't hook. Look at that.
Look how aggressive that is. That, way more aggressive than that.
So hopefully that helps Chris out. All right, so in addition to my MST intake, we grabbed a KIES charge pipe for the 328 because those charge pipes tend to blow up, especially since the car has about 145,000 miles on it. I don't know if it's original or not. I mean, that's very impressive if it is stock, but we are definitely going prepared to change the charge pipe tonight. Zach and I just got back to the studio and I now have my boot mode license. So I'm going to activate stage 1 on this car, which I am super excited about because I can't have my dad go to the track for the first time and have it stock. Like, that's just not cool. So we're gonna tune it. So to do so, we're actually going to be using the new KIES ENET adapter, which is basically a wireless ENET cable. So you can do everything wireless. So I'll show you how it works. So basically, you just plug it in for boot mode, turn the car on, plug in the seatbelt, turn the lights off, turn the fan off. Now I do need to make an account for this one. All right, so what I need to do is I'm connected to my G80 right now. I need to connect to KIES, and then from there, you're going to see that my OBD is connected. I'm gonna click here to activate. don't peek at my activation code, because by the time you see it, it's going to be activated already. And again, this is really cool because it's completely wireless, unlike the way that we used to have to do it. So with the KIES Wi-Fi adapter, what we can do is we can set it up so that you are connected through Wi-Fi to the car, but there's no internet, and it uses your cell service, so that way you still have internet, and then it's not interfering with your signal. Because a lot of times if you use default settings, what's going to happen is it thinks that you have internet coming from it, which in this case we don't. So there's a little tweak you need to make in your settings, and then everything works awesome. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're going to go into OTS maps, and we are going to pick a map that is appropriate for the vehicle. So right now it's pretty much just stock, has exhaust on it, that's it. What we're going to do is we're going to do a stage 1 93 octane, because that's pretty much what we use on the car. We don't really drive it that much. We've probably done like 200 miles in the last year. So it doesn't get driven all that much. Not yet. We have some plans for it. So let me go in here, and I'm going to do stage 1 93 octane, and then get tune. Then you're going to confirm. And again, we have videos on how to do all this, but it will say success. Click stage 1, flash. I always like to download now and then flash later, and then immediately go back in and flash. So that way it breaks it apart from a 2-part process to a 1-part process. So you're gonna hear some dings, you're gonna see some errors, completely normal if you've watched any of our other boot mode videos out there. What is he doing? I think he's doing mirror caps. Let's see how close we can get.
Hello.
I wanted to see how close I could get before you noticed. What are you doing, mirror caps?
Yeah, just the DIY part. You freaked me out a little bit though.
Hey, you didn't crack your glass.
I know.
You're a hero.
Dude, that's sketchy. I didn't realize how sketchy it was. I was like, I'm like, how much force do you have to apply to get it to pop?
It's way easier on G series than F series. He's gonna do some gloss black ones here from Daler to match all those other gloss black accents. All right, let's check back in on this. We're at 71%, so you can see it's moving along pretty quick. Just takes a couple minutes. And then once you do your initial flash, it flashes much faster if you just need to switch it up. All right, so at this point it's finishing up. It's gonna restore all the code and clear all the codes, and then we are tuned. All right, and as you'd expect, we have success. So what we can do now, we could turn the car off, let it sit for 5 seconds, and then start the car back up, and we are officially tuned, and that is way too zoomed in. Hey, you think my dad's gonna like this?
Yes, he's gonna love it!
All right, so now that we're tuned, charge pipes are going in the trunk. You wanna see these? Here, let me show you these. These are brand new. At the time of filming this video, they're not even on the website yet. We've only told like 6 people they exist. Check it out, ready? We made them in gloss black. So they look super cool. Check it out. Isn't that cool? We'll throw this in the trunk again just for safety. I hope we don't have to use it, but we're ready to do what's necessary. So another thing I need to do, I need to go into instrument cluster, and then there's also Sport Plus driving mode, and I need to flip that to active. Perfect. So, okay, cool. Now, so before it just had it there, now it's got it there. Yes. This is fun. We don't normally get to just like have fun and do stuff like this. I'm gonna put my F80 wheels on here because it looks like this, and I'm going to make it look a little bit better for my dad so he gets some better times here. All right, Zach's done. Let's check it out. So this is what he started with. You know, Looks good. Looks factory, OEM. But Zach, how do you feel about that?
They look good. They're night and day difference.
Look at that. I know a guy who has these.
The fitment is actually quite impressive. I actually
That looks awesome.
would almost go to say it's better than OEM.
Better than OEM.
I don't know if I'm supposed to say that though.
Don't get hit by Kate. The one thing that I really like about this is that it's more like F80 style, how it just goes flat on the top. If you look at the G80, it's actually a little funky because it like dips down. So I actually like the style that Zach has better, but you can't just put those on here because the whole back of the mirror is over here. So BMW pretty much forces your hand in how you have to make the mirror cap. So you can't even make a, you know, a competing mirror cap unless you want to redesign the whole inside as well, which gets super expensive. All right, so now we're in the G80 yet again. KIES dongle time. I will say they put the OBD closer up on the G series, which makes it a little bit easier. Press that start stop button 3 times in a row. And I gotta get my boot mode license. All right, and then I made my account, and just like we did with the other one, unfortunately can't flash it, but we can still activate it. So basically it gives me an error saying that it's not supported right now, but hopefully in a couple months we'll be able to do it. All right, so the F30 is ready to go. Got my dad's helmet ready. I'm just gonna throw that in there for now. While I still have time, I do want to throw the MST intake on there. So I'm just gonna do it. I'll set the camera up, you can kind of watch it. But we'll come back and we'll actually do a full DIY with sound clips. We'll do it a lot more elaborate than I'm about to do. But I can't wait to hear what it's gonna sound like with that. It's gonna sound ridiculous, I already know it. So here we go. All right, the lighting's really bad right now. Check it out. Oh, it looks so good. Let's start it up. That sounds so cool. All right, so right now we are headed over to the track. I'm in the G80. Zach has his G20 330 behind me. Behind him is Chris in his F30 340, and then my dad has our N26 328, which is now stage 1. So super excited, A, for him to come, and B, really to see what that car can do, because I've never taken it to the drag strip before, ever. I never actually had a chance to take my, did I take my 328? Yeah, I did take my 328. And I have no idea what it ran in. I want to say mid-13s. But yeah, very curious to see how all these cars are gonna do. This car sounds amazing with that MST intake. It's like it has a huge blow-off valve on it. And what's really cool about the G80 intakes, which I didn't realize, they don't have mass airflow sensors. So where other intakes and whatnot over the years have had issues with, you know, the air mass is too high and whatnot, BMW is like, yep, we're just gonna nip that problem and just yank that part out. So super cool. MST always does a great job with how the intakes fit, how they perform, how they sound. And yeah, I'm really excited to run this car. It just sounds so aggressive with that on there. So super excited to see how we're gonna do. All right, we are here and we are staged up. We have the G80 with that nice new MST intake that has like 6 miles on it. Chris's car over here has also the MST intake, and he now has a big pure turbo. And then over here, we have Zach in the G20 and my dad in the 328. Are you guys ready for racing?
Of course.
Are you ready for racing?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We got an absolute. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
We got 3 absolutely's. 4 absolutely's. We are ready to roll. So let's see what other cars are here. All right, I'm up against Chris. I got a really bad wheel spin. And I was 11.49 with a lot of spin. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, I beat him. 11.4, he got 11.7. That's awesome, that's his best run ever.
Yes!
What'd you get?
I got a 13.8.
All right, so I'm not gonna drive with this light on for a while because it's kind of annoying. And it's really dark out, can't see much. But anyway, Chris ran an 11.44, so Chris actually beat me tonight, which is really cool. I'm super happy for him. Again, that's why I knew that putting the slicks on Chris's car was the right thing to do. And I knew another thing that, you know, we had tried last time, it just didn't work out, is we used XHP flash tool to bump up his launch control by 25%. Now, last time he just spun like crazy, but today he's like, I had no problem, I just hooked. And that was really cool. My dad ran in the 14s again, which is good. I didn't want to give him the blue car or anything like that to come out and, you know, do your first run, because I feel like you have to get used to it a little bit. You have to just kind of get a sense on what's going on and whatnot. I didn't want to be like, hey, here's like a lot of power, you know, control it. I feel like it's easier to start with a slower car and then you can, you know, work your way up. But I think it'd be really cool next time to like give him blue and let him just like feel the raw power in that thing. But overall, super happy with how the night went. Again, I knew kind of what to expect with this car. 11.4 was just really what we were doing on the streets, and first run we did 11.4, second run we did 11.7. We did a lot of sitting around tonight, which it just happens sometimes at the track. We waited like 2 hours before we did our first run, and then about 3 hours before our second run. So it was it's just a lot of waiting tonight. They do a test and tune, which is what we did, and then they have a gambler section where people are actually betting money on them. And they had 85 people racing on there, so a lot of times they'll let them go and then let them go again because, you know, there's money involved. Where with ours, we just pay 40 bucks and then you get to do your runs. Now sometimes when you come, you get to do a run, especially when they first opened. We would come and we would do 5 runs before anybody gets there. Now that it's the end of the season, everyone just wants to get their last track days in and whatnot. But yeah, anyway, today was really just about seeing what this car could do, just bone stock. And also to be able to have my dad come out. Our other friend was supposed to come out, but he got tied up with a work thing, so he wasn't able to come out. But still a really good time. Zach had to bounce early. It's just really hard to wait over 2 hours between runs, so but he was still able to run his personal best. So Chris got a personal best tonight, Zach got a personal best tonight, and my dad got to experience it, which was really cool. So that was his personal best. So we had 3 personal bests, and you know, I'm really excited about that. I think, you know, it was a really good time, even though there was just a lot of waiting. But anyway, once again, my name is Brian. Thanks so much for watching KIES Motorsports. Hope you enjoyed today's little vlog. I know it's not typically what we do, but we just had a lot going on. We were gonna film another video on the G80, and we were like, you know what? We have so much to do. Why don't we just do, you know, kind of like, not a day in a life, because every day is just completely different. But we just wanted to give you guys just a little insight on, you know, maybe what happens before we go to the track or something like that. So you got to kind of see that, you know, we're just doing some last minute preparations. A lot of times when we go to the track, we get wife approval and whatnot, and we're like, okay, we're gonna go like in 2 hours. It's not normally like, you know, 3 weeks from now we're gonna have a track day. It's normally like, hey, let's go tonight, and you just kind of do what you can do to get your car ready in a very short amount of time. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. We really appreciate you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.